an old car stolen from a dive bar. Oh, we don't know.
I'm Ina Lee. I'm the owner of Travel Host, and we've been a proud media sponsor for this event ever since you launched it. How many years ago was that?
2016.
Yeah, 2016, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You were there. You were there in 2016, Ina.
I've been there every single year. I love it, and everyone I know loves it. So first of all, want to have you introduce yourself so we know who we're talking to here. So Vaughn?
Oh, you want me to start? Okay, I'm Vaughn Freeman. I have been with Odyssey since the beginning of Riptide, and the team here at 104.3 The Shark and Ashley, we were all here at the beginning, and I am the director of brand sponsorships for the event and help produce and basically have a good time with you on the beach every year.
Oh, we really enjoy it. So first of all, for our viewers, where is the event and when is it? So let's get the basic information first.
It's December 2nd and 3rd on Fort Lauderdale Beach, the iconic Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Okay, great. And
to
it's
be more specific, Ina, you can always say this too. It's in between the B Ocean, the Marriott Harbor Bay, and the Bahia Mar Resort. So the opening is right by Bo's Beach, that great bar on the beach, and then the Bahia Mar. Shout out to the Tates.
Yeah, great. Okay, great. And why Fort Lauderdale Beach? Okay, so why did you choose it years ago, and why do you keep coming back?
You want to take this one? Or?
The vibe. What are you talking about? There's no better place to listen to music than while you're hanging out on the beach, having a good time, eating amazing food, and being with your friends. And we take that beach over. We give you food, we give you music, we give you tons of things like hammocks you can hang out in and walls you can paint on, and it's just a fantastic day.
I want to add to this because I have been privileged to live in some pretty fabulous places like San Diego, La Jolla. I lived in LA, close to Malibu, so we used to go down the beach there. And then, I even lived in Cincinnati, Ohio, on the Ohio River. I'm going to tell you that there is not another beach. This is a world-class beach in Fort Lauderdale. There's no other place where you can get a hotel room, walk across the street, see world-class alternative pop and country bands. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, I when I go around the country and tell people about this, they can't believe it because you can't do it in Malibu, you can't do it in Laguna Niguel, you can't do it in San Diego, and it's too cold there anyway. So we've got the warm breeze going through your hair, the white sand, the turquoise water, and usually it's that beautiful moon coming up as the sun goes down. So it's world class. There's nothing better.
Yeah, that's great. So let's talk about the music. So who are the headline musical acts this year and the artists performing?
Well, oh my God, we have a slew. We were trying to bring Matt to the equation, but we definitely have over 17 bands announced at this point. I think it's closer to 20.
Yeah.
The Black Keys are storming the stage, an iconic band. They're one of those groups that when you see, you forget all the songs they've done. The catalog is deep, and it's going to be amazing to hear Gold on the Ceiling at night on the sand. Bleachers is also showing up. It's the second time Jack Antonoff has been here. He's like Bruce Springsteen, but for this generation. He's incredible. Also, Lovejoy, Silver Sun Pickups, local band Cannons, who have become a very big deal. We have Jelly Roll meeting us on the beach this year. I mean, it is a stacked lineup.
And my boys, Sublime with Rome and Dirty Heads. I mean, let me tell you something. If you want to have a beach party, you got to invite the Dirty Heads. You got to invite Sublime with Rome.
And Young the Giant. Let's not forget them. Oh, my God.
Young the Giant. I mean, it's like we had them before, back when they were kind of a up-and-coming, not really a baby band. They were big, but now they're huge.
Young the Giant is Shark Family. They performed for us at Undertow Jam once before at Riptide, and now they're returning to take the stage.
Yeah, it's really fantastic.
So what kind of music is that? So for people that don't know those names, although most people listening to this will, but what kind of genre is that? What kind of music?
This is alternative music. Look, alternative music is kind of the variance of any mainstream genre. So you always hear a little bit of pop or reggae or rock in our songs. And sometimes our artists bleed over into other genres like Billie Eilish or 21 Pilots or Mumford and Sons. And this is like a right in the pocket, something for everyone to enjoy genre.
This is the music that will stand the test of time. Kind of like back in the 70s when you had classic rock with your Led Zeppelins and your Bostons and all that was kind of alternative back then. People forget that now. And now this is guitar-based pop. And then Jelly Roll is a whole other level of, he's kind of if you listen to his music on the radio, I mean, he has rap songs, he has country songs, he has Save Me songs. It's like, it's really different.
He is. If Mumford and Sons and 21 Pilots came together and had a kid, it would be Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
And what it is it's just a great soundtrack for a weekend on the beach.
It really is.
Okay, so how many days? It's going to be 2 days, correct?
2 days.
Ma'am.
Okay, and what's the daily schedule like? What time does it start? What time does it end?
Well, the line starts significantly early. I would think last year gates opened at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
And then we go all the way until the sun sets into the night. I'm not sure when the first headliner.
We try to get done by 10:30 if they don't try to encore too much, but we try to get out of there by 10:30.
Yeah, so really,
you've been there with us every year.
Late morning till evening, which is well, that's great. Okay, and so what about ticket prices? How do they get tickets? How can they purchase them? You know, here they are. I want to go. Now what?
Get tickets right now because they are the cheapest. They are absolutely going to be. The price point's fantastic. You're spending about $50 a day to be on the beach for 2 days.
Crazy, stupid. Festival. It's like we're losing money on this deal.
Well, no, we might be losing money, but it's their opportunity.
It's your opportunity. Ina, tell everybody, get your tickets now because the prices will go up. You know, they have to because because Ashley just announced a whole slew of more talent on riptidemusicfestival.com, riptidemusicfestival.com. Go there, get your tickets now. Don't think about it. Buy it right now because the band lineup is sick. And I would, you know, what we were talking about earlier before we got on the air with you, Ina, is that we were talking about you would go to the beach and have a dinner with pizza and beer and spend more than you would. And I'm not even going to name the restaurants we were talking about. You would spend a lot more just getting dinner. How about going to the beach, grabbing your place in the sand, getting to walk around and see all these great sponsors? By the way, I want to mention a shout out to all the sponsors on Riptide this year. The bid, of course, the Fort Lauderdale Beach bid. Visit Lauderdale, Stacy and Glenn and Kamala. Also, we have the South Florida Ford dealers. This show is powered by Ford, as usual. A shout out to JP. Celsius Energy, Essential Energy Drinks. Celsius has been with us, and they love this show. Bud Light, Stella Artois, Memorial Healthcare, Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, Tito's Vodka, and many, many more. I mean, you know all these folks. So we really appreciate them backing us.
Yeah, so it's the sponsors that actually make this happen and make it available for everybody. So that's really great. And so let's say someone wants to come in from out of the area, okay? Or someone lives here and they don't want to go back and forth. So tell me about the hotels and where people can actually stay. And you have any
Mar.
The Mar's a good one.
It's right across the street. It is so easy. It's affordable. It's a fantastic hotel. And it's been a Fort Lauderdale mainstay for as long as I can remember.
But all the hotels are available right now. The W is the coolest hotel. I mean, we love the W.
The Ocean.
Our friend, the B Ocean's always, that's where we all hang and party and hang out. Bahia Mar has the best parking, though, I must say. If you want to, sometimes the parking is really difficult. That's why you want to use the water taxi. You can park down by the Broward for the Performing Arts or by the Kids and Family Museum down there. And they've got a nice parking garage. Hop on the water taxi. It drops you off right in front of the B Ocean and Bahia Mar. And you're walking across the street to the event. But definitely grab a room because that's what it's all about. Is like, just go ahead and have a great time on the beach, party all night, get up, get your hangover over with, and then come see some more music.
So what about age restrictions and areas for family or children?
I have brought my kids every single year. So really it's about how long can your kids handle being on the beach? Because we all know about 3 hours in, your children might be getting a little bit squirrely, right? So I definitely think if you're going to bring your children, find the bands that you like on the lineup when we post that lineup, and then plan your day accordingly.
But you can always, we've got plenty of sand and plenty of beach, so you can grab yourself different areas on the beach.
Totally.
It's still the beach, and we just happen to have food, drinks, and great bands with a major stage. So we have two stages. We actually had 3 stages this year. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So
that's great.
All
Yeah, so
ages.
so no age restriction, just, obviously take care of your kids and, and make sure they wear sunscreen. So that's going
Oh,
to be really important too. Okay. And you need to wear
Absolutely.
sunscreen. So,
everybody should wear sunscreen.
yeah. So tell me about food and beverage. What kind of food and beverage will be available for people?
We have island noodles, right?
We have island
Oh,
noodles.
thank God.
we
It's
have
really
our-
the only thing we need to worry about at Riptide. If you go at some point, you
And what about
must.
the guac? Wait a
No,
minute.
oh my
What
God,
about
the guac. Okay, but first, I always start with island noodles.
Yeah.
There's the guac. There's
Right.
that pizza oven place.
Yeah,
that
the
place
pizza
back
oven.
again. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I'll say about the Riptide food. I think about it all year. So
Okay.
it's very good, and there's a huge variety.
And our friends at Demesman and Dover, the law firm, they actually own Stoner's Pizza. And I don't sing this right. Acai bowl. How do you say that? Acai bowl?
Acai.
Acai. I knew I was going to say it wrong. But they're going to bring in their food too. So we have foods from around. We call it the Global Food Village because you have your American food, your standard fare for the beach, the pizzas, the burgers, the
Mainstays.
chicken tenders. But we have like the island noodles, and we have fish, and we have this guacamole that everybody that comes has to have this fresh guac. They make it right in front of you, and it just melts in your mouth. So we got the best.
That's it for me. That you didn't have to go any further than that. Between noodles and guac, I'm happy. So it's
Yeah.
great.
Exactly.
Okay, and so so food for pretty much every taste, and a beverage, alcohol, non-alcohol. You sell it there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Anheuser-Busch is our partner this year, and we thank everybody at Anheuser-Busch. They're going to bring in some non-alcohol and alcohol. We have soda, of course. We have Celsius. I always like to get my Celsius on. I don't know if you have had a Celsius essential energy drink, but it is the bomb.
I have one in my purse for later right now.
It keeps me going. I have.
Just happen to have one on hand, right? Okay, that's great.
Literally in my bag. No, they're amazing.
They are
and they've got
amazing.
great variety of flavors, and I think they just released all those new
Yeah,
flavors,
they're on top. Celsius is on top of the world. They're just when it comes to essential energy and just keep you going all day, you got to have a Celsius, and they're going to be handing those out for free in their booth. So
Oh, that's
free
really cool.
Celsius. Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's where you will find Ashley O at the Celsius booth at Riptide.
By the way, if you buy
With,
Celsius,
with
you
your
know it's not a
with your
cheap item,
noodles,
you know.
your noodles and Celsius, I got that, Ashley. So
I'll be there.
yeah.
So yeah,
Tell me about other things that art installations or interactive experiences. What other attractions can people enjoy out there?
we always do, Ina. You know, we always have art installations. We always have lots of color out there. We've worked with the Cultural Arts Department in Broward County to help us bring out art and inflatable art and flag art. So we're always trying to one up our game and give you things you've never seen before. And it's hard to compete with that big blue ocean out there with all the cruise ships floating by, but we definitely will have some art on the beach for you to enjoy as well, and take good photo ops and
there's tons.
Instagrammable moments.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Tons of Instagrammable moments. One time there was a gummy bear that must have been like
Yes.
40 feet tall.
Yes.
Last year you could walk under lit, whales. There's plenty of moments.
Lots
I
of
remember
surprises.
first year I went, I was in front of this installation that had angel wings. And when I posted that on my social media, I had more people saying something about me in front of the angel wings that, it was really, really
That's
cool.
artist. We brought in artist Colette Miller from Los Angeles, the angel wing expert. We actually have those hanging on the wall here in our studio area.
Yeah,
So,
was
I
really
mean,
fun. Yeah.
that is an iconic picture of you. It comes up on my Facebook memories all the time. I'm like, there's Ina.
That's what I love about
Here's
that.
an angel. You are an angel.
Yeah. Okay. So, tell me about safety, because people want to know how to be safe as you go there, and what are your security measures, and also tell me what you can bring in or not bring in, like when you actually come to the to get into the event.
Well, I mean, listen, we take safety very, very, we sit down with the police department, the captain. We have people in the hotels watching the festival. We have people at the front. There are people that you don't know are police force. We have dogs sniffing the day of. I don't think there's any, it's like a fortress. And then, of course, we have security galore.
Well, and I will say, we've done this since 2016.
Yeah.
There's never been a fight. We
Never been
once
a
had a
fight.
guy climb a palm tree,
Right.
and this is about the most excitement we've gotten. And I think it's because when you're on the beach and you're having a good time and there's good vibes, like there's no reason for any
No
of that.
reason. It's just a mellow good time. And, that being said, we're diligent. We look,
100%.
we've got people walking around. You might be sitting next to somebody who you think it's just a regular festival going. It might be just somebody watching, you know?
Yeah, got it. Okay, so tell me about how to get in. What could you bring or not bring in?
Clear span bags. If you go to the website, it's the best place because I can sit here and run down the list, but not to bore everybody to tears.
Okay.
But you can bring a tumbler. We will have a water station. I think that's always the biggest question. You can bring a tumbler, but it's got to be empty.
Yep.
Or if you bring a water bottle, it's got to be completely sealed because we don't want any of those funny liquors in the water bottle trick.
But we do want you hydrated.
We do want you hydrated. We all know if you spend any time. Yeah. So
best thing to do is go to the website. Go to the website. Go to the website to get all your
And make sure you follow us on Instagram at Riptide Fest and at 1043 The Shark, where we're constantly posting very easy to read and memorable memes that you can screen cap in your phone. And when you're planning your outfit and trying to figure out what you want, reference.
If you're not following this one, you're not following Riptide. So you got to be on it. I was watching her this morning on a live. So.
That's really cool. So, all right. So, I guess the other question I have is, what are you doing about sustainability and eco-related stuff? Because that's clearly very important to our whole community, but particularly on Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Yeah, we've always worked with in the past the Guy Harvey Foundation, celebrationofthesea.org. We want to leave the beach cleaner than what we found it. And we've had beach cleanups before and after. We'll continue to do beach cleanups throughout the year. I mean, Ina, the truth is it's really hard to be completely sustainable on the beach. I mean, our friends at Tortuga try to do a great job. Chris Stacy and the gang, they do a great job. We try to do the same thing. We're trying to have recyclable everything. We definitely have a big trash crew that's constantly walking around, picking up everything because when we leave there, we don't want anybody to know we were there. So
you do a great job with that because I usually stay at the B Ocean. My team stays there, and I usually am on the beach the following day. And you really do a great job cleaning up, which is important.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now you put the time in. You're not just doing an event and leaving. You are really community minded people who make a huge difference in the community, not just with obviously Riptide, but everything you do. So everything you do with your you make a difference, and for me it gets big gold stars up in whatever with my angel wings, right? So so transportation we already talked about. Best way to get there is water taxi. There's parking at PMR. But I'm assuming people Uber over and do all that kind of good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, right across in between the Bahia Mar and the B Ocean. There's a kind of place. It used to be the old Bahia Mar bar cafe right there. Yeah. But the fire department has a station. That's another great thing about that venue, about having it on the beach, is the fire department literally is across the street. But anyway, Uber and Lyft and White, the yellow taxi folks, they can drop you off. Park anywhere else in Fort Lauderdale. Just take a $5 drive to the beach, and you're in.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I've never seen. I mean, you guys really do a great job managing traffic. So I've never had a problem, getting in and out, and people complaining, I'm stuck in traffic. So you really, you've mastered the transportation, which is always a challenge, right? But I say the best way is water taxi. What Bill Walker and his crew do. I mean, they just really.
I love the water taxi. Plus, you can have a drink on the water taxi on the way to the show, by the way.
Well, and you could also stay at the Riverside Hotel and hop on the water taxi right there at that exit and then pop right over. There are tons of ways to get to Riptide. The takeaway is you've got to come to Riptide.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All right, just a couple more questions. So if you want an exclusive VIP experience or a backstage experience, how does someone go about doing that?
You win it. Well, with me, from my side, you have to listen to me to win. We'll be giving away meet and greets, VIP packages. We're definitely going to hook all of our locals who have been coming to Riptide since 2016 up and make sure they get the best possible experience. But I'm sure there's other ways.
No. I mean, that's the best way. Really, let's be honest. We are a radio station group first and foremost, so that's where this was born out of. 104.3 The Shark was the kind of the whole hub of the Riptide Music Festival movement. We've expanded into, believe it or not, Kiss Country 99.9 is helping out. So they've got some, Jelly Roll type information for you. And then even Power 96 and 102.7 The Beach. We have used our whole arsenal of radio stations, but obviously 104.3 and Ashley O being the queen bee of Riptide. again, she's got all your backstage passes, so keep listening to her.
Okay, for sure. And so, anything going on after the event, after parties or anything like that?
Naps, sleep for me, but no, it's Fort Lauderdale Beach. You go wherever you want to go,
Yeah,
man.
you really
Yeah,
can.
well,
I mean,
which is really great because after they leave there, they can go anywhere on the beach, right? So,
Yeah.
and then so really they can have a whole beach experience as well. So,
Well, it's
you
what's
you
kind
really,
of cool. What's kind of cool is after the festival, everybody's leaving and they go to bars, they congregate, and you make friends and talk with people who were just at this festival.
I
It is
mean,
like
I
the
won't.
most amazing night. I've seen Beach Place taken over by Riptide. I've seen the Elbow Room taken over by Riptiders. Like you just
And
go
a
and
lot of
continue
the
your night. It's
a
like an extension
a
of
lot
your
of the
evening.
performers show up. I mean,
Oh,
they
I have
show up.
stories.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've all been. I remember the very first year, like the B-52 showed up. Like that's weird. I'm sitting here drinking with Fred from the B-52. That's weird.
I got kicked out of the Elbow Room with Brad from Cage the Elephant and
Yeah.
about 7 other Riptiders and bands. Like
So,
it's such a great evening, and it just bleeds into the street afterwards, and it's so many memories, so much fun.
yep.
so tell me about, because I'm always interested in this, the economic impact of winter of a Riptide, and as people coming in from all over the country, and also how you're promoting it. I know you're doing it on your local stations, but you also have this huge radio
Yeah.
network across the country, which is huge for Visit Lauderdale and our destination. So let's talk about the difference it makes in the economy of this destination, and also how it impacts. Listen, travel host is your synonymous with tourism. People coming in from all over, staying in their hotels just to go to Riptide, right?
Well, you know that Spirit Airlines is our main stage sponsor, and that's the first year Spirit Airlines has come on board. They did a 3-week sweepstakes across the country. We Odyssey has 245 radio stations. We reach 700 million listeners through our digital streams. Odyssey is an app. It used to be CBS Radio, it used to be Intercom Radio, Lincoln Financial, Beasley. Now they're all under the Odyssey app. So we have all this streaming audio, we have all this digital power, and then we have the 245 radio stations. So yes, we definitely do these sweepstakes. And when we look at the ticket buying map and we show that on the economic impact, we're selling tickets to Seattle, we're selling tickets tons to the Northeast. Just think about it. That weekend after Thanksgiving is extending the season for us down in Fort Lauderdale. So all these people are like, hey, I'm going to go to a festival, stay on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. And I may be living in Chicago where right now, even today, it's raining and cold. So all over the country, we have these ticket buyers, and that's why the economic impact goes off for our festival. And that's why Fort Lauderdale wants to do it. That's why the commission wants to do it. The mayor, everybody supports us. You, Ina, have been instrumental in the success of Riptide, 4-fold, 3-fold, 5-fold, because you've always been there for us, because you know about the economic impact, because all those 40,000 people rush to all the bars and restaurants and in their hotel rooms, and you wouldn't have that normally.
Well, and being from here, being from Fort Lauderdale, I love how we also highlight local businesses with different ticket hits and events throughout the lead up to Riptide, and getting people out there and being local once again. It's really nice to do.
So we could go on and on. It's like there's so much to talk about, but we're going to wind this up. So again, okay, how do people get tickets? How do they stay with real-time information? So just repeat that again. And this way, they can also get the upcoming weather and all those kind of good things. So how do they stay connected with Riptide?
Well, riptidemusicfestival.com. That's where you go.
That's number one.
So that's good. If you want to be up to date on information, man, we are so good on Instagram. Follow us at Riptide Fest and at 1043 The Shark. We are constantly pumping out information and also answering questions. Like if you have a question that you want answered, slide into our DMs. And it's probably going to be me that responds.
Yeah, Ashley is the Riptide expert, and and she's always answering. She's very quick to answer everybody. I see her on Instagram all the time doing her lives, and she's constantly in real time answering those questions. But you can get a lot of information on the FAQs on the riptidemusicfestival.com, and that's where you buy your tickets. And folks, you need to buy your tickets now. Don't wait. Stop.
Can we tell them when the price is going up?
It's coming.
Are we allowed to say?
Go ahead.
It's so close. We know a date. So I would do it next week.
I would do it next before
week.
a week from this Friday.
For
you
sure.
better not.
I'm
you
not
better have them
saying
in your
anything.
pocket. Yeah,
we're
and
not
I'm telling
saying
you,
this, but
these tickets are so low, it's like ridiculous. It's like
Yeah.
it makes me crazy. It's crazy.
it's OG Riptide.
What a
Fest.
deal. What a deal. You get amazing alternative music and, and great people and right on Fort Lauderdale Beach under gorgeous skies. And listen, I remember, Vaughn, when we first started doing these interviews, you and I were actually out on the beach doing the interviews, right? Wearing
I
our
remember.
sunglasses. And
Yeah.
but here we are kind of like more.
I had a lot of hair back then too, and my hair used to kind of get in your face, and you're like, "Pull your hair back, man."
You still do
Yeah.
it.
So, but really, it's gorgeous weather, ocean that you can actually swim in because it's beautiful down here.
That's
It's not
what I'm
like
telling you.
California.
Right.
I can't go without a wetsuit. I don't go into the ocean out in California, right? So here
No.
you just jump on in and listen to great music under gorgeous skies and breeze and stay amazing hotels. Again, I want to give a shout out to Visit Lauderdale, but also to our business improvement district, the BID folks, because those people that are the hotels in this destination on the beach are the ones that really have believed in this event from the beginning, invested in this event, and obviously all of your other sponsors that you mentioned. So first of all, thank both of you, okay, for providing this amazing event, right? It's like I'm almost moved to tears. It's like, here you are doing this and doing it years later and making it bigger and better than ever, and a great experience for everyone coming, but also having a huge economic impact in our community, people coming in from all over the country.
No, Travel Host has been a use. Ina, you, Sabrina, but you all have been there since day one. You're there in the meetings when we're going through the approval processes. You bring up Visit Lauderdale and Stacy and the team, and you bring up Anna and the bid. I mean, we can't do it without that support. We cannot do it. And with the mayor and the commissioners and Glassman, all of them, it's just an amazing team that comes together. Broward County, thank you.
Well, it's a lot of people who put this together, and we hope that everyone enjoys it. So please, buy a ticket and come play with us December 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah. See it all at Riptide, folks. Thank you very much, folks.
Two kids in an old car stolen from a dive bar.